more videos.
Welcome back, everybody. Drake Hawkins with again. We're back in Kashan Romal. This is Flames of Euphoria, our beautiful volcano, and we are revitalizing an empire, but to do so we got to kind of start with the basics. So we're starting to move our stuff in. It's been about 10 days now, I think almost exactly 10 days since the last episode, and all they've accomplished is to dig out this beautiful hole. They got the entryway done, and they got this big old hole dug down underneath where we're going to stock everything in. I also told them to build some rock mechanisms. Looks like that did happen. I think I told them to build 5 rock mechanisms there, and they're still working on blocks. I'm going to cancel that and shut that job off. We are going to take probably both of these out, actually. Let's disassemble that. I don't want to spend any more time outdoors doing the crap than we need to. Our food and drinks are okay for now. They're not going to last for long. So let's get dangerous. Let's get in here and get some things done. Starting with stockpiles. I'm going to come right over here, and I'm going to say this whole giant space about that far is going to be an almost everything stockpile. We will remove corpses, and we will remove refuse, and we will not put wood in here, and we will not tell them to bring stone to here, and that's it. Everything else we will. What I will do is I will let them run gallivant around and do all this delivery stuff. Oh, I also told our boss man to chop some extra trees, so I don't have to get dealing with that later. The last mining thing I want them to do before they get into full-on gathering mode is to go over. Is to go over here, and I'm going to remove the ramps just from the face of this. I don't want to remove this stuff up here because that's our pathway down from the back there, and we'll remove that one, and that's it. Then that finishes off all that fun space up there. Once they take those two things out of there, all we're going to have left is stockpile and stockpile, and this one is going to go away. Kaboom, delete. No more stockpile, stuff piled all over the place, and a billion things to move. So I'm going to give them probably 5-10 minutes of running and around, and I might speed this up real hyper fast, let them buzz in and out and move things in, and that'll be it. I'll probably just cut to when they've done most of the moving, and we'll continue with the next step. Alright, so we have been probably a solid week and got very little moved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here and I'm going to make a very important craft store shop that will do some vital work. We'll pop it right in here. It's going to be made of microcline, and it is a carpenter shop. We'll get that built, and our carpenter of some sort, not sure who we're going to have doing that. Maybe our expedition leader can do the carpentry stuff for now. He's going to make us some bins. Bins are going to let us actually stockpile this stuff a little better. And hopefully that will speed the process substantially. Right, carpenter shop built, and let's go ahead and actually I gotta assign a manager here, so let's talk about that. I'd like to make work orders in this shop, but I can't because a manager is responsible for that. Basically, the best way I can describe to understand that, well, let's set up the manager first. We're just going to put our expedition leader on, choose manager, hit the big plus sign, and have our expedition leader. I also want, while I'm here, a broker, same guy, a bookkeeper, surprise, same guy. He's going to do everything for now until we got appropriately skilled people. So understanding workshops and work orders is vitally important, and the stream community really helped me understand this a little better. So the way I would describe a work order would be, the best way I'd describe it is that you're basically using, I don't know if you're familiar with the lean system and like Kanban and stuff, but the Toyota manufacturing system, it drags some interesting stuff from there, which sounds a little unnecessarily complex, but it isn't. It's beautiful. If I hit O, I can get into the orders page. And right up here, we can start our first general order. If you make it from the orders page, it is a general order. If you select the a specific shop and you go to work orders and you click the same button here, it's a shop specific order. We're going to do a shop specific order here for now. And what I want them to make is bins. So I want them to make bins. What I've just said is I've given them a little card from the manager to this workshop and said an order for 10 wooden bins. Think of it that way. This is a work order for 10 wooden bins. If I want to adjust the number of bins they're making in it, I can do that. I could say do 5 instead. It's now an order for 5 bins. If I want a specific material, I could say make it all out of oak. There, we're making 5 oak bins. I'm going to cancel that oak thing, but wait, can I do that here? Ooh, how do I do that? So I remove the specification. Oak again. Uh-oh. I don't know if I can remove the specification here. That's a thing I've never run into. I've never tried to remove a specification after attaching one. Okay, go back in, make a new work order for bins. Wooden bins of any wooden type, that's fine. He's actually currently got the task, so he's making a wooden bin. When he finishes, this number should adjust. But what if I want him to do more than just 5, or consider maybe keeping a certain amount? Well, you got a sort of feature like that. You click on these little green funky conditions icons. It's a equal to, not equal to, greater, less than. Interesting choice. I can choose some suggestions down here. If I'm up here, I can adjust the frequency of it and say restart when you finish this job, do it again, and then check that whether or not it's finished every day. Or I can say every month, check if the job is finished, and if it is, start another one. That's not keep 5 and check it daily. That is every day. If you finish the first 5, check to see if you finished the first 5 and then start another 5. So you'll just infinitely stack them up, but only 5 at a month per month, or 5 per day, or so on. Maximum. So I'm going to leave it on the one-time order. Then I'm going to come down here and hit the amount of empty bins. Notice if you're on this full-size pages, it auto-pauses for you. So if I want the amount of empty bins to be calculated when it checks, I will choose this. So amount of empty bins available is less than 10. If that condition applies, when they do the check, they will tell it to do another order. I could adjust the number. I could change it, the material type. I could adjust whether it's empty bins or just all bins. I could say do empty bins. Check if there's empty bins, and also check if you've got enough logs. And if you do, then do the job again. I'm just going to leave it on that. That's fine for now. So when we go into this shop, it has this job. Now this again is only associated with this exact shop, so that's good. But they'll pick up that task. They're going to do the task. Notice the task is not make an empty bin or make a wood bin. It is make 5 wood bins. When they finish the order of 5 wood bins, the manager will get a notice saying you finished, and it'll automatically check the data. Now, once you've got like more than, I think, 50 people or so, your manager actually has to have an office in order to check that. And he actually has to take a walk to his office, touch the table and say, yeah, good, and check it off. Okay? So every day they're going to look if there's a new job that's available. In this case, because I've got it, but as soon as you apply any conditions, it'll ask you to it'll tell it to restart if conditions apply. I could say do that, but only check it at the beginning of the next month. Slows the process. That's fine. We'll let them make those bins, and what those bins will do, if our friend here gets around to finishing one. La-di-da. Okay, there we go. We've got an almond bin. Let's follow that almond bin. Yes, you can actually track an almond bin and where it goes. See what somebody does with that. Oh, somebody's gotten in to do some more bin making. We're still tracking that one almond bin and see what they do with it. It did have a request to be worked. Or, well, it did for a moment there. Let's see. Almond bin. Oh, apparently it doesn't have a request to be worked on now. Somebody was going to they thought of doing something with it, but then they changed their mind, I think. Okay, that oak bin is now finished. Are you moving this oak bin? I will follow your plans to move this oak bin. Please grab this oak bin, someone. They're supposed to grab it and stock smaller similar items, like blocks and thread and axes and gears and so on. Apparently, nobody's got the job yet. Who's doing it? Come on, somebody wants to do it. Oh, there it is. We're moving. Sarvish has the bin, and he's running, he's going down the stairs, and he goes, and he's dropped it off in the storage pile. Cool. Now, we can see an example of a functioning bin over here. Notice how this one's open, and this one is closed. This one that is closed, if I click here, actually, there's two things stacked in that tile. This one has a bunch of quartzite blocking it. That's great. They're really condensing things when they do that. I like it. I'm going to grab this stockpile, though, and I'm going to click the reprint version. I'm going to add a little more space on the backside here by a couple of tiles. I moved it to the left to save them all that time because they normally just walk and put it in the back right corner, which would be less time sensitive than I want them to be. We got a barrel of dwarven rum there. More rum. Some leather. See, leather is going to end up going in packages, so shields, axes, blocks, gems, gears, thread, all those things are going to go into individual bins when they get around to doing that job. So lots and lots of hauling and stuff. We're almost cleared out here. We still have axes sitting around. I don't want any of this stuff that's valuable hanging out outside the job. Okay, that job is now completed at the work bin. Right? No jobs queued right now. Now, he's going at the end of the day, it's the 20th of Falsight here. At the end of the day, they're going to check the condition. Right now, it says if empty bins is less than 10, so i.e. ones that are not in they're in a storage pile, but do not have the lid open like this. Two of them. So they're only seeing 2 right now, and I don't think they'll count any that are sitting around or being carried. So that order kind of has some fluctuation on reality. It says there's less than 10 right now, so it should queue up another job right away. Once we hit the 21st of Falsight. Let's see what happens when it does. Takes a little while. I can bring the speed up for this. I'm going to hold, was it shift? No, is it alt plus minus? Yes, alt plus and minus. So I'm going to bring that speed up. Now that's not really bringing the speed up, it's bringing the max FPS up. And it runs on that sort of a very archaic old school system. So now we've moved up to letting them run at 90 frames per second. It checks everything 50% faster than it was. So that'll speed the game up. I can actually go a little bit crazy at the beginning here and let them just run stuff in and out. See how fast they're moving? Everything's gone crazy. The default is 110, and that's so that time progresses decently for you. Look at that. Now they're starting to stock up some bins. See how they've got less space used, but more things in here? It's excellent. We're not allowing them to run logs in here, so we'll leave the logs out front. And I'm going to go ahead and put a stockpile right here to, let's see, how many is that? There, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this. Right there. And that will be only wood, and that's it. Okay, now they'll stock the wood in there. Now we'll know when everything gets stored. That's great. The bins are doing their thing. I should probably reposition that guy. You can remake your workshops as many times as you want. It's definitely worth doing. I'm going to stick this right in the middle here. Now this will be problematic if this workshop is in the way. I think this will be problematic if the workshop's in the way and we need to bring our depot in here. But we're not going to be messing with that today. Looks like the storage has gone well. I'm going to leave the FPS really high for now until we start getting some volume in the place. Oh, I also went and expanded the grazing area so they can just wander around a lot more. Less likely to have to send our people back to re-up their job. Okay, so a good example of work orders. If I were to shut down this shop, this place will not get any new work orders because it wasn't a general work order. I can make general work orders under O, and I'm going to do that right now. Notice how this work order has a carpenter's workshop listed there. I'm going to make a new one for beds. Let's make beds. And I'm going to tell them to make 5 beds, and then I'm going to give them a condition of if beds, amount of beds. Now that might be, I think this is going to check beds only in stockpiles, if I understand that correctly. So if beds is less than 10, make another 5. Well, I think if beds is less than less than 5, make another 5. It's probably okay. Let's say less than 6. So then they'll build up to 10. That's fine. Okay, you can mess with those conditions all you want. So now this job could be picked up by either workshop. And I'm going to end up shutting this workshop down, but oh, we got an autosave. I've got it set to seasonal autosaves. So take a moment to say thank you, everybody, while this is saving, for your support on the channel. And hope your 2023 is fantastic. Did you get to play lots of games, learn lots of things, have some fun, hang out with your friends playing games, and join us here as often as you'd like. Live streaming and all that jazz is available as well. Check it out in the description and on our Discord. So this thing has been running. Let's see. Currently he's got his local order. This guy's not. We'll wait until the next month. All right. So they've just assigned it to this workshop down here. They've also assigned it up to this one. Why is that? Under the orders, this says can use any workshop. So both of these workshops will now be queued up. There we go. We got somebody starting work on that bed, and we got somebody starting work on that bed. Now this can be funky because it can actually, it doesn't give the job to both. It gives a specific task to fulfill the job to both. So make a bed, and that's drawing from the general work order. But we should hit, there we go, making bins up there and beds down here. Both. So what they do if they've got more than one order, and if it's coming in from local or general workshops, work orders, if you see more than one in here, they're going to just cycle through. So when beds is done, it'll go to the bottom of the list until they've done all of the beds from that work order. We got 2 there. Got some there. I don't know how many beds we've got. Looks like we made some number of beds already. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to shut down this workshop entirely. So we'll let him finish whatever job he's doing. Wait for it to appear in the bottom here, and as soon as he steps away, I will shut down this workshop. There we go. We'll disassemble that workshop. Now, the job for the other thing, the bins, has disappeared. So I want to go in here and make a standard running job. I'm going to cancel that job order. It was almost finished, but that's fine. And then we're going to make some new ones. We're going to go with bins. Oh, hold on. Wooden bin. Wooden bin, right? There we go. There's the job order. We're gonna make wooden bins. We're gonna make, oh, I can actually click over here and say go to carpenter shop, for instance, and it'll filter this to only carpenter shop jobs. I want bins, I want barrels, and I want beds from our carpenter. Our carpenter's also going to make me a vitally important thing, not the step ladder, the wheelbarrow. That's gonna be a big one. I'm going to turn all these down to 5. Like that. I'm also going to make the carpenter shop, get the carpenters to make a set of step ladders. Oop. Right there. And splints and crutches as well. Crutches. Carpenter shop. Splint, splint, splint. Alphabetically. There we go. Good. Now, this is more than 5, and the facilities don't take on that many jobs at once by default. So what they'll do, we can have, I'm going to adjust these first. So step ladders, I just want 5. It's a one-time order. That's fine. Wheelbarrows, I want them to continue making if their empty wheelbarrows are less than 5, no, less than 6, make another set. Sound good? Barrels will up that number probably a little higher. If empty barrels is less than 11, make another set. And if bins as well is empty bins is less than 11, we'll make another set. So we're gonna keep bins and barrels pretty high on the empties because they get used a lot. And if I get a delay on our carpenter, because I don't have a specialized carpenter, as you can tell, they're not particularly fast at it. So I want bins and barrels made a lot. Beds, I want them to keep and start again if there's less than 6. So we have 10 around. Basically, they fill up 10 until I use them, blah, blah, blah. It's a ballpark for what they'll end up being. Now, this shop is being taken down, so this one can take on jobs. If you look at the work orders tab, there's a vital thing down here. If you're getting confused, this is why they're not doing all. Some of the stuff, general work orders allowed, only 5. So if I look at this, he's got bed, bins, barrels, wheelbarrows, step ladders, and then he never got around to the other 2 because they're right here, but they're past the total. That's fine by me because those are a very low priority. What'll happen is he'll cycle. Notice how he just dropped beds to the bottom? He'll keep cycling through until a full order is done, not a single unit. If he gets the end of the beds and has to check again, he'll bring on a new job. And it might not be beds, it might be the splints or the crutches. So, Carpenter's doing his thing. He's stacking up some stuff. People are running around, collecting things still. We're almost out of jobs now for them. Very close to being out of jobs, which is lovely. I'd like to get some digging going, though, for our next step. So, there's two things we're going to do today. We're going to give our manager a job, a home, I should say. We're not going to... We're not going to pretend to print something in here. I'm going to print something in here. How are we going to... It's going to be a weird place if I make it like that. I want it like that. Did I do that right? Yeah, this for entry into this space. Like that. I'm going to take out this one. A little too much. Good. We'll let that happen, and they'll go like this, and I'll put in a little manager's job, right? Or manager's office right there. I'd like these two gone as well. Alright, and then over here, I'm thinking, I'm going to go into blueprint mode here. I'm going to print in, write in some sort of thing here. This is going to be our, storing fun stuff. Something like this. Gonna be some weird oddball shaped mess. Guess I don't need this bottom three. Less oddball shape. That works right there for me. Okay, now this is going to be a vital building for the fall. It is early summer, so we're a little premature on this, but I'm going to click on the trade post, and to build things you can choose the material specifically with the top one, or just let it pick the closest whatever, and then you can tell them to build another one of these afterwards. If you're not, I generally leave that checked on, but you just right click to cancel it. Now I could build it out of microcline blocks, or I could build it, or microcline itself, the big boulders, or I could build it out of blocks. I'm going to tell it to build it out of blocks. It's going to ask for 3 of them. That's fine. Now, why would I do that? Well, because the boulders are extremely heavy to move, which is inconvenient, and the blocks are way lighter. In fact, we can look at that. If we look at this, 257 rails, or whatever size, I don't know what the number is, ours. Erg. They gotta grunt a lot when they move stuff. And if you look at blocks, if we can find some here. There we go. The microcline, to use apples and apples, 15. Super lightweight version of the same thing. Hi, why is there a giant hamster inside our space here? That would be lovely to trap a giant hamster and start having giant hamster pets. Oh my gosh, I want to trap a giant hamster. Quick, let's try make a wooden cage and trap a giant hamster. I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm so totally gonna be squirreled or hamstered on this one. I can hit priority and say, build a wooden cage, quick, guys. Well, the hamster's hanging out. Shh, don't tell him. We're gonna trap him. Put it right in the doorway. Oh, stay in. No. Oh man, buddy. Oh man. He ran away. We could... Oh. War Dog is fighting. Oh, no. The War Dog chased him away. You mean doggy. Oh, well. We missed our hamster chance. Oh, but we did see there's more ores up here. Where are we? Oh, yes. We're up on the hilltop. I know there is some decent... I looked through things. I know there's a few decent ores in here. Tetrahedrite up there. Nice. It gives us some copper supply. I thought there was some hematite around here. Let's scroll up. I thought it was on this hill over here. I looked before I started, so... Thought it was here. There's some obsidian. Nice. Nice crafts there, and I like the fact that we've got microcline and cinnabar, some nice reds and greens. Make a whole Christmassiness. Ah, magnetite. It wasn't hematite, it's magnetite. Let's go ahead and mine that. That's going to matter early. Earlier than you might think. I'm going to go with our mining thing, and we're going to introduce you to the auto button if this is new to you. If it's not, then bear with my obnoxious behavior. I will select auto, and then I'll select box mode, and I'll just say, give me all this stuff. It's only going to assign to those. Oh, I don't want them in blueprint mode. And it's going to make it green. That is going to indicate that it's an auto mine job, and they will, as it says here, they will mine those ores and gems only. Do note that, like, oddball things like gypsum can end up in that list. There's some more there, which is bad if you mine like instead of mining a couple items, you mine out like a whole mountain of gypsum. It's more up here. Good. You can do this with gems as well, and what it'll do is it'll mine those first tiles that it can see, and then if it reveals another piece of ore beside of the same product, not just any ore, but specifically if it reveals, in this case, more magnetite. Let's see if we go down here and see it. Nope, just a couple tiles of magnetite there. That's disappointing. Mining there and there. We'll let it go for a bit. There we go. Mined. Nothing more. No, that's too bad. Ah, there we go. There's a good... Finally got an example. We're mining in here and grabbing more magnetite. Oh, that was a little lackluster. All right, well, it's obsidian area. But anyways, we got a bit of iron-bearing rock. So we can click on the boulder and it says uses, ore of iron, making furniture and building. So you can make it for furniture and building, but you really want it for just ore and such. So let's go back down here. I just was gallivanting around there because I was hoping to capture a hamster, but dreams of the great giant hamster army has faded. If I wanted to see where those creatures are, I can go to the character page here, and if we can switch to the sub-tab of here, we can go to other. There's a giant hamster here still on the map. Yes, indeed. I don't think we're going to be able to trap said giant hamster. He is seriously injured. Poor buddy. He got too close to the war dogs. What did I see there? Ah. Okay, copper. Yeah, we'll take it. I'll also get them to mine that. So let's do that. Now, this is above the lava level, so these tiles right here, if they mine into it, they're not going to fall into the lava, and they're not going to have lava pour in on them if they mine that. If they would end up, if they're auto mines, we'll bring them to a rock that would be considered hot rock, so like down here. Boop. It's got this little icon saying that it's a warm rock, meaning it's, if you unleash that, something on one of the 6 sides of that rock, there, or up or down, is a hot rock, is actually lava. So, or something like that. It'll do the same with water. All right, so this area is just stocking, right? I want to have some basic general stockpile there, probably less general as we go. But underneath here, we're going to make our farming up here. Do we have room for that? Yeah, we're going to make our farming up here, probably our animals in here, maybe our kitchen, and we'll have like past the farms, we'll stick like our butchers in here, maybe even have our tailoring this. This will be a fairly busy spot, I think. Maybe we'll put the animals here. But above that, I want our military. So let's talk about plans so that we can lay them out and think them through. I'm gonna hit 7, and we're gonna and we're gonna that one. So I'm gonna put this. I wanted it to be blue, like that, just so it doesn't accidentally get anything weirdly carved out. This will be our military. They'll go in there, and I think we'll put a hospital over here because close to the military is probably a good idea. And I think we'll put like pubs down here, taverns, because the dudes need. Oh, that actually worked kind of nicely, the printing. Okay, and then above that, we're going up now. So this is the entryway where kind of food and trade and that sort of stuff happening. And then the military right above that, so they can quickly jump down if there's a military situation needs to be dealt with. They can deal with it quick. And then pubs and stuff there, and hospital. We go up a level, and that's kind of where I think we'll put, like, I don't know if we're gonna put them in this order, but like temples maybe. And maybe we'll have like guilds over here as well. Something like that. That's not gonna work. Like, there you go. Fonts. Making fonts out of squares. I love it. So yeah, something like we have a guild hall or 2 in here, maybe 2 up in this area, whatever, and temples, and we can do a couple layers of that. I think it'll look great. Right, we can go a couple layers up for that. That'll leave us lots of room for that sort of stuff. The taverns and the military and the hospital will be nice, close to central, and then we'll have like animals in here. We'll have. I really shot the spelling on that one. Farm over here. Maybe we'll have trade goods here. I'm not sure what, or offices. That's probably offices. Maybe nobles and offices in this area, right? And we'll have nobles and offices sort of thing on this level, and then this is going to get into the workmanship. So we probably have like wood here, wood goods here, and maybe we'll have crafts here. And let's see, what else do we need? We need like some stone. That's an awesome one. You see that? That was beautiful. That was the best looking S you ever did see. Sizzling. And then we go down. Now we've got to deal with this properly. This is the lava level. So to do that, I think what we're going to do, I'm going to put this to like a 1 priority dig. I want the lava to come in here diagonally. Not that it's essential that it be diagonal. And somewhere down here it's going to tunnel. So 1 level up from lava, notice there's open space here. Go down, oops, go down here, it says lava 7 of 7. Up here it does not. So this level 45 has lava. It'll actually flow right through there. If I went down to 42 and I dug into a flat side, it could pressurize up higher because it'll try to equalize to the level of whatever the top of the lava is, if I understand it correctly. So I'm just going to be safe, be on the top level. That's as far down as we need to do to get our lava. And then we will channel from above here to make this tile down here open up, flow lava down there. So to get into that, I think we're going to need to we'll do the same thing on the other side, like this. Zoom down some number of tiles. And this is where I was looking to think about our spacing. So above this, we want to have our workshop. So if I build a workshop and I wanted a magma forge, for instance, it can't be in the center tile of this magma forge, cannot be over lava. But the corner has to, one of the outsides has to be in order for it to work. So if I were to put them here, they'd be pretty tight. I'll put them up like this, but up a level. Say, okay, so they'll go like here. But probably, yeah, that'll work right there. So we'll start digging little squares for now, and I'll go up 1 level to 46 from there. We'll do this. Oh, that's not squares because I got the wrong controller on. That. We'll see if we can get like 4 or 5 of these things in. I don't think I need to space them, but let's see how that works. Not bad. That actually comes just in play. Okay, that works because that doesn't reach into the stairwell if I do one here. And I should probably put one in here. In fact, I definitely should put one in here. Oh, that's in 2 mode. That's too much. Let's go like that. We'll put in another set of stairs. And then I will paint in a... Oh, that's the wrong control. I'm just going to do a few of these, and I'll fix up the corner, the other spot later. I'll just swirly my mouse around a little to magically make that happen. There. Okay, that's where the... Uh-oh. I did that wrong. That's below. I don't want that at all. That's not where I want that. That could have been terrible. I want from 45, I want to go up to 46. I went down to 44. Oops. Pour the lava on the heads of the crafters. That'll make it work for them. Up to 46, please. Try that better. There we go. And that is what I wanted. So we'll carve that out. I'm going to let time pass while we're doing this. A little bit of things can happen anyways, some useful things. And then we'll do a sort of a normal that, and then maybe we'll do a 3 wide tunnel into there. A centerpiece. Similar connection like normal. Like that. Good. And each of these can have an entry. And then we can do the same on the bottom. Like that. And then we can paint in these. That works. Or it's sloppy because I didn't bother to switch the other style. The control, there we go. So that's the idea for the Magma Forge. Now, in here, what we'll have to do is access the basement from here. I don't want to be moving around in here and tunneling in from sides. So what I want to do is this. Okay, I will erase the end too. Almost nailed it, right? There we go. So what we'll do is this, and we will cut that. So that is a channeling. I will do that later on this side as well, but I don't want it now because as soon as they cut that, it'll flow lava. So we'll get that done there. I will set this honestly to a number 1 channel job there and there, and we will mine into the space like this. And I'll access just enough to get in here to do that with a nice path. And that'll come in, and then they'll carve this out. Good. Now, I'd like to have easy access to, like, each of these layers from here down. So let's plan it right in the middle of the main smelting, because that's kind of the important factor. Let's say we go with priority 4 on that. Upstairs, here I don't want one. So we'll start at 48 and go down. And I can put it there. So we'll dig there. At least one below. Because if this is where the lava is, I'll go one down and I'll put in our ore there. It's probably a decent idea. And across here as well. It's got to go there. We'll start here, go up to there. And on this side, we can go here. No. Do that again. Stairs. There, and all the way up to there. Good. Okay, that'll get us the idea. Just realized that's also telling them not to do it. I will get these done right away. There, I'm not using all of the best clicks here. All right, and then what I'll do is I'll mine out and leave something here. Let's say we do... Get that off. Let's say we do this. And we'll leave like a pillar on each side of the stairs as a pseudo support. Not necessary. The only time you have cave-ins is if you have an actually fully unsupported. Doesn't matter how far away it is. I can make a 80 by 80 tile square and it'll be fully supported. If I then make another 80 by 80 tile square, like 3 deep, but somewhere in the middle there's nothing above, below, on all 6 sides of the dice, basically, of this cube. If any of the 6 sides of the cube, if at least one of the 6 sides of the cubes does not reach out somewhere to touch another tile, then you get collapses. That's it. So it's pretty hard to do it, but, you know, if you start fiddling around, you can eventually cause catastrophe. All right, then what I'll do is open up this, and I'll let them go ahead and get this mined. Not that. I'll let them mine out this stuff. There. And this. Just so they can get started on this. And we'll go down and let them do that. This will not give them any risk of bubble in their souls with lava, but all the way up to here. There you go. You can go ahead and carve away on that, friends. Okay. Let them get started on that. Do we have our diggers doing anything else? Yeah, I'm gonna shift them back to just dig mode because I think most of our movement is done. Most of our hauling is finished. We got actually a couple that have no jobs right now, which is happily convenient, actually. Okay, let's go ahead and did we build any doors? I don't think we did when we had our craft shop. Okay, so if we're gonna put stone stuff in here, I want a stone crafter nearby. Well, let's start by stuffing one in here for now. Another temporary stone crafter, and he's gonna plop right here. Sure. We'll make him out of microcline block. That'll give us a stone job to do. There we go. Volbak, our farmer, we're now starting to get a little bit numbers change on the foods and drinks. We gotta be careful with that. Uh-oh. I don't have a kitchen, so I haven't screwed this up yet, but I forgot to hit labors and go to kitchens right at the beginning. Oh, no, I didn't. I did that before I even started the first episode. Always set your plump helmets to not be cooked in a kitchen. They can eat them, they can brew them, and that gives you the seed back. If you cook them all without having any seeds, or spawns, I guess they're called, you will not get them back. You have to go buy some or find some in the caves or something. All right. Stoneworker is going to work on some doors. Not that way. You're going to get a local order for doors. Make me 20 doors, and that's it for now. And then actually go ahead and make me a table. Not that. Go here and make me a table and a throne. I know there's other things that I need to be doing, like making rock mugs and stuff, and making beds and making them. I'm trying to process this through rationally as we go and not rush it. We're not in a. This is not a speed run. This is not a meta efficiency run or anything like that. It's just Drake having some fun. There we go. Looks like we got the carving going, and we're going down the hot tunnels now. Now these rocks here are going to be problematic, or they're going to be useless actually if I don't get rid of them. So I'm going to go ahead and make a zone, or a Z for zone, and I'm going to find this nice trash bin. I'm going to say, you guys are going to pump right there. This tiny little 3x1 there is going to be our garbage pile. Then anything that I want to be moved to there, specifically manually move them, I'm going to paint with this. I'm going to go down here to this control, and I'll say trash bin there. Now if oops, I missed one. I can select a specific item, and I can forbid it here, or I can trash it. I also want that one right there, trash, just because it's on my darn stairwell. Oh, what's that? Galena. Okay, cool. And that'll be nice because that's the ore spot we're going to have our ore stockpile in. So not bad as far as the leftovers in that tile. Once that's cleared out, I think what I need to do, because we're going to have the risk of having lava creatures come out of our volcano in time, I don't want them coming in here. So I'm going to make something that is magma safe, and I don't think I've got anything magma safe. Do we have any materials that are indeed magma safe? Let's check that before we finish here. I'm going to bring up the DF wiki, and while the crew is going about their routine here, where's our boss? There you are, Mr. Expedition Guy. Let's follow you and see what you're doing. Oh, you're dumping resources. Excellent. So on the DF wiki, I'm going to check on what was it? Rhyolite? Yeah, Rhyolite's not magma safe either. Okay. Bars. We could either put bars, we could put a floodgate. I don't ever need it to open again, so I think just vertical bars would be fine. What kind of bars can we make? Lattice of strong bars to prevent the passage of everything but fire. Fire, ammunition, and liquids. Okay. Oh, fired, not falling. Ammunition and liquids. I was just reading that wrong. So, ammunition can be shot through those holes. That's fine. Liquids can pass through. That's fine. Items being pushed by liquids. And low level of light. Oh, items being pushed by liquids. I don't think that'll be a problem. Our little dude's just scurrying around like crazy. So let's build bars to lock up these holes. So in this tile right here, I want to build bars. I don't think we can until we have, if we go to constructions, we've got vertical bars. We could do vertical grate or wall grate, but just vertical bars is fine. Now, I don't think we've got any material to do this with, right? No, it has to be a magma safe product made at a bar. So that would be iron. So that's problematic. Okay, well, next episode, we're gonna have to put in a micro industry here. We're gonna start with a furnace. Get a wood burning furnace right up here out of whatever. We're going to actually, yeah, that's fine. We're also going to get a workshop for a smelter under furnaces as well. So smelter right there, lovely. Make me a whatever. It's just gonna be taken apart after anyways. And then workshops, we're going to go with the metalsmith, and that one takes our anvil and whatever. Now, it's only going to give me options of things that, if I've got making a magma forge, it's only going to give me magma safe items on this list. So whatever right now is fine. I don't care what you make it out of. All that's going to, what it's made out of is going to do is color it. The reason this one's blue is because it's made of microcline. That's it. We've completed another run of barrels and bins and wheelbarrows and something or other. Oh, and we've got our first migrants. We're going to introduce ourselves to them in the next episode. So thank you everybody so much for joining me. We have a first migrant wave. Our population is now a whopping 8. Hopefully we'll get more than a dozen, but I mean, getting our total to more than a dozen is kind of what I'd expect. 12. If we can get to 15, that would be wonderful. Unlikely that we'll get big migrant waves at all in this fortress because, well, if you remember correctly, we're trying to revitalize an empire. We have nobody to migrate to our place until maybe the king or queen decide that this home is better than the old ones. We'll see. But the mighty goals for the future. But thank you, everybody, so much for joining me for some more Dwarf Fortress. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, please do show it some like and some love with the like button down below. I'd much appreciate that. And tune in next time we can find out who our migrants are. And the flames of euphoria grows. Have yourselves a great day and we'll see you in game.